Hello, my fellow Australians. My name is Thor Has, and I've been concerned about the lack of democracy in Australia for many decades. From as early as I can remember, I have sensed that there was something not right about how Australia was run. This led me to seek what the problem actually was and what could be done to fix it. My day job is to analyse complex systems to find issues, problems and defects and propose solutions to fix these. I've used this ability to analyse our democracy, and the conclusion I have come to is that we are missing a key element of what makes a democracy a democracy. That is, that when push comes to shove, the majority of voters in each electorate must have the final say on how their elected representatives vote in Parliament. The sad fact is that there are no real democracies anywhere in the world. All the so-called democracies are in fact oligarchies, which is government run by the few for the few. And the simple reality is that the oligarchs and their supporters who benefit from the status quo have no incentive to support real democracy. In fact, they strive at every turn to block anything that benefits the majority and threatens their power to take what is not rightly theirs at our expense. The only way this is going to change is when enough of us get off our backsides and make it happen. Australia's future is up to you. I have stood for elected office 5 times since 2013. In 2016 and 19, I was the independent candidate for Dickson. With this experience behind me and the insights I've gained in looking for a solution to our lack of democracy, I have come up with a plan that blends the best aspects of direct and representative democracy together. To implement this plan, to give every Australian a voice to Parliament, we are working to prove in the electorate of Dickson that this can be done. The proof will be in the election of a truly democratic voice for the voters of Dickson to the Federal Parliament of Australia. If we can do it here, then we can roll it out to the rest of Australia, and then the rest of the world. Remember that in the 1800s, Australia was a leader in democratic innovations, such as the secret ballot and giving women the vote and the right to stand for Parliament. We've led before, and we can do it again. There is no one person or group who has all the answers to all the challenges we face. But when we all work together, then I say we do have all the answers to all these challenges. We must take action now before it is too late. No one else will do it for us. Dickson voters, it's your right to be heard, and it's your duty to keep your elected representative informed of how you want them to vote. If you don't do this, then how will your elected member know how the voters want them to vote on bills in Parliament? Keep track of how your elected member votes. Elected members are very sensitive to how they are perceived and will be under increasing pressure to vote how the majority want if we keep telling them what we want and keep a public tally of how they vote on bills. If your elected member does not vote how the majority want, you can choose another representative at the next election who has legally pledged they will vote as the voters want. How can every voter be counted on every parliamentary vote? Our plan to do this is to use a direct, proxy, representative, build-focused model of democracy, which in simple terms works like this. Register with the Dickson Reps as a verified Dickson voter. You can then vote directly on upcoming bills that interest you, or select a community rep and/or bill representative to assign your proxy to so they can vote on your behalf. You can choose when and how to be informed how your rep votes, and you can nominate yourself as a community or bill representative. This plan puts voters back in control of how their vote is cast in Parliament. You, the voter, control how and to what degree you are involved, recognises the right of every voter to represent other voters without seeking approval to do so, and requires no change to the Constitution or legislation to make it happen. The organised political gangs have got the current electoral game sewn up. We can't beat them at their own game, but we can change the game by raising an army of voters who will work together to put policy before party in the national interest. We need your help in Dickson to do this, so we can show Australia and the world that there is a practical path back to real democracy. If you live in the electorate of Dickson, then the first step you can take to support us is to register with us as a Dickson voter. For more info, go to our website, where you can also try out the trial version of our voting tech powered by VoteWrap. Nothing will improve unless we, the voters, make it happen. Be the change we need to leave our children a better world.